Hyenas have a really bad rap when it comes to movies. Movies aren't completely wrong though. Crocuta crocuta, also known as spotted hyenas, are carnivorous mammals that live in dry, open habitats like many parts of Africa. Spotted hyenas aren't as vicious as the movies make them out to be. Spotted hyenas weigh around 45 to 60 kilograms for males and 55 to 70 kilograms for females. Hyenas are known for their long necks and shorter back legs that give them a hunchback appearance. They also have a bite force of 1,100 psi, which means hyenas have the strongest jaws compared to size of body out of all mammals. Spotted hyenas actually aren't fully scavengers, and most of their meals come from direct kills. This is the taxonomy of a spotted hyena. Spotted hyenas live in clans of up to 80 hyenas, with females dominating over males. The clans will work tightly together when killing and defending territory by using their large array of vocal communications. The hyena use their stereotypical laugh not when they are happy, but when they are nervous and excited for a kill. Hyena sexual selection is the female's decision. A male hyena cannot physically mate with a female hyena without the female's full cooperation. The female hyenas also usually choose a male that immigrated into their clan, which improves diversity of the Crocuta crocuta, since females won't mate with relatives. They also choose more cooperative males, which selects for hyenas that work better in clans. Two hyena cubs of the same sex will fight immediately after being born, and this will usually result in the death of one of the cubs. This natural selection results in only stronger hyenas having the chance to reproduce, which will overall increase the strength of the hyena population. Spotted hyenas, although they resemble dogs, are actually part of the same carnivorous suborder as cats and mongooses. This suborder is Feliformia. Here is a phylogenetic tree showing the suborders of Carnivora. You can see that hyenas are on the same side as cats and mongooses, while dogs are with bears and raccoons. An ancestor of the spotted hyena is the Pleovivrops or Bigny. These were mongoose-like mammals that were much smaller than the spotted hyena, and their diet consisted more of insects than other mammals. These animals stayed around trees a lot and were good at climbing. They evolved into larger hyenas because the forest that they lived in opened up into a grassland, so they had to adapt. This is a biogeographical evolution since the animals had to change due to the different geographical features of the land they were on. The claws of the Pleovivrops or Bigny and the spotted hyena are homologous structures. Both have the same structure, but the Pleovivrops use them for climbing trees, while the spotted hyena uses their claws for better control while running and turning. Another ancestor of the spotted hyena that didn't share many physical features was the Ichtherium viverrinum. These animals were more similar to the Pleovivrops I mentioned before, but they did share behavioral traits with the modern spotted hyena. We know this because Ichtherium viverinum's fossils were found in groups. This proves that they lived together in social groups. Hyenas still do this, but the viverinums were smaller and faster than modern hyenas. Hyenas eventually went from the slender, small animals to the larger, stronger mammals that are alive now. The hyena family went through a disruptive selection where two very different types of hyenas were formed. There were the more slender, small, and fast hyenas like the Ichtherium viverinum, and the other type were the bone-crushing hyenas like the spotted hyena. The slender hyenas slowly went extinct while the bone-crushing hyenas began to strive. An example of one of the largest bone-crushing hyenas are the Pachycrocuta brevirostris. These were one of the largest hyena species of all time. It roamed Africa and southern Europe 3 million years ago. Many Pachycrocuta fossils have been found throughout Africa and Europe and show just how big the hyena was. The height of the Pachycrocuta was about the same as a spotted hyena, but the weight and bulk of it was closer to a lion. The bigger body of the Pachycrocuta leads us to believe that they were scavengers who fed off large animal carcasses. As time went on, the mass extinction of larger mammals began, so the Pachycracuta didn't have enough food to sustain their size. They had to evolve into smaller, bone-crushing hyenas we know now, which are able to hunt for their own food. The cave hyena is another example of a larger hyena, but the cave hyena is very similar in resemblance to the spotted hyena. They lived during the Ice Age in caves, as the name suggests. The hyena would go out and find a large dead mammal and drag it back to its cave where it could eat on its own. The cave hyena was larger due to the fact that it needed to drag these big carcasses, and it wasn't a good runner like today's hyena. There is a bit of controversy around whether or not the cave hyena is an ancestor of the spotted hyena, or whether it is just a subspecies of the spotted hyena. Although cave hyenas were common during the Ice Age, their fossils are rare, which makes it difficult to gather enough evidence to make a decision on whether or not they are ancestors. Overall, it is beginning to be agreed upon that they are ancestors because there are many morphological differences, like the difference in size of body and brain. The spotted hyenas are much smarter than these cave hyenas and work with their clans more than the cave hyenas ever did. The cave hyena adapted to survive in more open environments where it needed to run and hunt instead of scavenging for large mammals. Overall, the spotted hyena is a result of a disruptive selection that had smaller, slender mammals and large bone-crushing hyenas split up. The larger hyenas then adapted to the mass extinction of the larger mammals and shrunk back down into what we know now as the spotted hyena. They not only still have a jaw strength of their ancestors, but also have the ability to run and keep up with their prey. Although the spotted hyena didn't retain many physical features of the smaller ancestors, they did keep some of the behavioral traits, like the clan system which they so strictly follow.